Hey guys, it's your girl Sylvie and it's another Friday. It's another Friday where I bring you awesome scholarship grantees to share with you their journey on how they were able to get a scholarship. And if they were not able to get a scholarship, how have they been succeeding in actually financing their studies abroad? Welcome, Dawit.
No, thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Okay, please introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Dawit and I'm from Ethiopia. And I'm now 4th-year student of International Social Studies in University of Sylvie.
All right, take me through your scholarship journey before you left Ethiopia and came here. What happened? Just take me through that journey.
Well, it was in 2012 when I graduated from high school. And I began studying in Addis Ababa Science and Technology University under engineering department. And it was the first semester that I applied for international universities abroad. So that was the time I got to know University of Tsukuba, that they provide scholarship under Global 30 program. So yeah, I heard from a friend of mine in Ethiopia. He's the one who recommended me actually to apply for this scholarship. And the process went pretty well. I was able to acquire the scholarship and admission on the university.
All right, that's good. So you got a scholarship before coming to the University of Tsukuba.
Exactly.
So there are so many students who actually out there, they are trying to actually apply for scholarships. They are applying, some are not getting. As someone who has actually gotten this scholarship, what can you advise students who are trying to apply for this scholarship? What should they be doing?
Exactly, actually. Even the scholarship that I was granted was for 1 year. So it's updated every year based on your performance. So it's not really easy to get a scholarship and maintain it throughout the academic years. But it really needs effort and studying, spending more time striving to get what I really want to have. So as you say, that people would like to apply for scholarship, basically apply as many scholarship as you can. There are a lot of offers out there, and watch out the eligibility, that if you fulfill the criteria. So it's very important to do and follow the guide and the instructions that is uploaded. Mostly for those who apply online, there are scholarships, usually the scholarship providers upload. So go through the entire, meticulously read every single instructions, and definitely you'll be successful.
And just as you said, like your scholarship is updated like every year, and yours, it ended after 2 years?
It ended actually after 2 years. The school university, the University of Tsukuba, ended after 1 year. Ended then. Me and one student from my program were recommended to another private scholarship for 2 years, which ended actually last year. So for 1 year without scholarship, it was a little bit hard. So what I basically did was to finance myself.
So all through the process where you had to finance yourself, take me through that journey. What are the things you were doing? Because some students also want to apply for scholarships, but you know it is competitive. Let us be real. Not everyone can actually get the scholarships, but it doesn't mean you should just stay back because you can't get it. If you cannot get a scholarship, what else can you do in order? How do you survive within that 1 year? What were you doing?
Basically, having connection with people, communicating with people does really help. So I was able to, for the past almost a year, the scholarship ended. So what I basically did was trying to look for other alternatives. One is doing part-time job. So I had friends who used to work in a company, so they basically introduced me to the manager, and I started working there to assist, to fend for myself by working. And there are also other extracurricular activities that you would probably get money for. So it's very important to do such kind of activities as well.
So do you think with the extracurricular activities and with part-time jobbing, do you think with that, is that enough to be able to maybe take care of your bills? I know bills are expensive here, and then to pay your tuition. Is that enough, or do you need some other thing? Is that enough?
It's not really easy to do it. For example, I was doing 2 part-time jobs. One in Chichura, very far even.
Yes.
I was doing in a truck company.
Yes.
And I also with my friends,
yes.
they're very near here from Tsukuba University. We were doing both jobs, and the time is not really enough to study and keep doing the jobs. And extracurricular activities actually pays very little money.
Yes.
It really pays very little, so it really needs the ability to manage.
Yes.
And being very I mean, in terms of utility, you have to be really managing to be able to go through the entire academic years.
Yes.
Exactly.
And I also know that some students get to have, for example, waivers. Did the university give you that type of like a tuition waiver?
Yeah, for the past 3 years I was given like 1/3 waiver.
Yeah.
So I was paying the third, two-thirds of the total amount.
Yeah.
Which was pretty actually expensive.
Yes.
But by doing those activities I mentioned earlier, I was able to overcome it.
Okay.
Very soon we'll be in the.
Okay, and you said that the university actually recommended you for a scholarship, like you and someone else. So do you know the criteria that the university uses to be able to choose someone to be recommended for? Because some students may come and they would like to like have university recommendation. What does it take to be recommended by the university for a private scholarship?
I think basically they have 2 main criteria. The way they recommend students. One is your academic background and how you are going through the school. And the second one is your financial capability. So if you are from a poor background and you are able to achieve something, they see that effort and they recommend you. So I think I see those 2 main criteria for me and my friend being able to recommend it.
Okay, so that was what the university decided to use to actually recommend you for a scholarship. But do you know what, like the scholarship foundation, do you know what they were looking for before they granted you the scholarship?
Well, basically the scholarship was looking for students from a country where that company invests in. That was the major. Even though my country was not a target for that company, but because of the university effort, I was able to include it in that company. I was the first African student to be in that scholarship ever. That was the manager said, I remember.
Yes.
And so that's their main target. They would like to invest in developing country to disseminate what they are basically they are doing infrastructures, they are in agricultural productions, they are in car components. So they work basically in Africa as well. But the recruitment of African students, I remember, begins from me, even if my country was not in. So their major target is assisting students from a country where they invest.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much, Dawi.
I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming and sharing your journey. I think it's a very important information for students out there to get, because some students just decide that because I don't have, for example, the huge scholarships, I'm just going to stay back and I will not try. So when people get to hear people like you, your story on how you've been able to survive all through these years, I think it inspires so many people. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
All right. So guys, David came, showed us so much love, shared his story with us, telling us that at the end of the day, you really don't always have to have a scholarship back home before coming here. You may have it back home, but maybe it's just for a year, maybe it's just for 2 years. How would you survive after that is done? You can actually get to do, for example, part-time jobs. You may have to manage your time properly. You may have to be able to strike 2 or 3 part-time jobs sometimes. And you may actually have to do so many extracurricular activities, all in association with your studies. It's not going to be the easiest journey ever. It is not going to be the easiest thing to do, but this is an example of someone who has been able to go through it. He's finishing his undergraduate now. So if he can do it, then you also can do it, because he's also human like you are. So don't be scared if you actually want to go study abroad. It may be tough, especially in the beginning, but if you are mentally prepared, if you're psychologically prepared, and you really want to do this, know that it is possible. In many countries, there are small foundations that actually sponsor students. All you need to do is you have to know that it is a constant planning process. It's a constant trying to save as much money as possible process. It's a constant searching for so many of these private foundations, and keep applying because as you apply, that is how they are actually going to come to your aid, and they are going to help you. If your grades are right, your university is going to recommend you, and that is going to put you in a better position for you to actually get the scholarship that you really want. So you know what, as I always tell you, if you can think it, you can do it. Thank you so much for watching. I do videos every Friday and Saturdays. Friday, I bring awesome scholarship grantees to share with you their journey on how they were able to get their scholarship. So make sure you keep watching and you keep learning from these experienced people and get motivated to go get yours. Saturdays, I do very light-hearted, fun videos. So make sure you check those videos out. Remember to rate, comment, like, subscribe. And from Dawid and I, bye-bye.